Yeah.
So what is the focus now on where do you put your energy on in the next 41 games if, in fact, you are married to the fact that you're going to play Tampa Bay here?
Yeah.
Where's the number one focus? I had it in the conversation you just had seconds ago, establishing one guy.
Mm-hmm. And how do you do that? But by playing both guys, you know?
Can't.
Well, then
And-
how do you know who's the guy? You got to give him enough chances to
String games together. That's all.
if a guy looks
Well,
good for a couple, put him
I
back in.
disagreed coming out of Colorado with a big win against the Stanley Cup champions, Nate McKinnon back in the lineup, and Matt Murray doesn't get the next start, which isn't a back-to-back.
Mm-hmm.
That is a lost opportunity for Matt Murray to string together games, and that's got to stop, in my opinion.
Yep. Yeah, that's interesting in trying to find one of the guys and give them the chance to get into a rhythm. I think Matt Murray's injury history looms over all this, because yesterday on the show we're talking about why not pull Samsonov at when it's they're down 3 goals, 4 goals, whatever. A lot of it is, do you want to put Matt Murray in cold? A lot of this is, coming out of the Christmas break. Do you want to play Matt Murray when he hasn't practiced?
You think you can win rounds and play for a month and a half every other night if you're scared in December with this guy?
This is a huge question. And so to your point, maybe you should find out now.
Don't wait.
Okay, you win. I like it.
Yeah, the flip side of it is if you want him to play every other night in the spring as your starting goalie, maybe you don't need to do it in December when you have all these points accumulated and you're probably going to be playing the team that you're going to be playing in the first round of the playoffs. Right?
Yeah.
That's the flip side of it. Like, do you really need to push them?
Mm-hmm.
If they've banked all these points, they're, like I said, probably in the spot they're going to be, maybe drop down, maybe get passed by Tampa. But to me, if you want to establish them, maybe you do it in the playoffs as opposed to right now.
Another one that I wrote about,
That's a good point.
and you touched on it, the power play and locking in and solidify that this thing is dangerous, and your 5 guys that you are throwing out there, and you have some idea of the different looks that they were able to pull off. Right now, it's a crapshoot.
All over the map. So 2 years ago, the Leafs, I think they're second in the NHL in power play percentage, maybe 30%. Like, they're really, really good. Last year, I think they were 25. Like, it was good again.
But
top
they
10.
cratered it at the most important time.
So in the 14 games of the last 2 first rounds, you had their percentage at what? Do you remember what it was?
14.9.
14 to 16, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 14.9 was the number. So less than 15%, which you noted was worse than the worst team in the NHL right now, which is, I think Montreal is like a 15% power play or something like that.
And then the conversation goes to why.
Why? So after the first year, the thought was predictability. Matthews is on the flank. It always looks the same. They know what shot to take away. But the next year, I think they mixed it up. They didn't have the same looks, and they still couldn't produce. And then you watch Tampa Bay go out there, talk about predictability. Victor Hedman at the top. He worked it to Kucherov, who shoots one in the net. He does that fake half slapper pass thing. Like, they're predictable in their unpredictability. Toronto hasn't found an answer. They haven't found something consistent yet. They're searching still.